Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Going to be giving you our player ratings from our 0-0 draw with Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. So David De Gea, he's going to get a 6 out of 10. David De Gea didn't really have a lot to do in the game. He made a good save to deny Smith Rowe, and he made a straightforward save from Lacazette in the first half. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for David De Gea. And Wan-Bissaka, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he enjoyed a very, very good game. Defensively, superb. He got forward well at times. And he also made an imperative block from Willian. And Wan-Bissaka also had a good opportunity in the game that just went wide. Victor Lindelof, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He enjoyed a pretty good game. His reading of the game was very, very good. He played out from the back well. And defensively, he was good. As you all know, I do have my reservations about Victor Lindelof because he has endured a lot of bad games as a Man United player, but I thought he was actually good today. Harry Maguire, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. I don't think he was too good. Harry Maguire gave away a couple of needless fouls on Lacazette. You can say Harry Maguire was lucky not to be sent off. So just a 4 out of 10 for him. By the way, I think actually Lacazette and Harry Maguire collided, and that's why Lacazette went off injured. I think Harry Maguire is now on 5 yellow cards. Luke Shaw, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought Luke Shaw enjoyed a pretty good game. He got forward well at times. I thought defensively he was good. There was parts in the game where he was quiet. I think he also set one of the Cavani chances up as well. I've been very, very impressed with Luke Shaw under Solskjaer because he has really, really improved. My only element of concern about Luke Shaw is that he is injury prone. Fred, he's going to get a 8 out of 10. I thought Fred did very, very well. He got forward well. At times he was causing problems. His passing was quite good. I thought he retrieved the ball well as well at times. And also had a good chance in the game. It produced a very, very good save from Leno. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for him. Scott McTominay. Now, obviously, he started the game, but obviously went off because of a tummy bug. But I don't think he was good before he came off, so I'm going to give McTominay a 5 out of 10. Bruno Fernandes. I don't think he was brilliant. As the game went on, he did grow into the game. Bruno Fernandes did have a good chance. Obviously, David Luiz inside out, and his chance just went wide. I think it was David Luiz he did cut inside out. So we'll give Bruno Fernandes a 6 out of 10. Paul Pogba, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. There was periods in the game where he did look pretty good, but I thought for the vast majority of the game, he was actually quiet. You know, Paul Pogba did start on that left-hand side, so he was in more of an advanced role. Paul Pogba wasn't great in the Sheffield United game either. I think he started the first 10 minutes brightly in that one. But prior to the game, you know, today in Sheffield, you know, his performances recently have actually been very, very good. Now, Marcus Rashford, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Now, like I said, Marcus Rashford, you know, carved a few openings in that first half. And he did make some good runs in that, Marcus Rashford, and he showed his skill at times. But I thought Rashford's finishing was absolutely wasteful. Don't forget, Rashford had that chance when he actually could have shot. You know, he had plenty of time to shoot before Arsenal had a chance to get everybody back. But he just took too long on the ball. There was also a part where Rashford, you know, could have played Edinson Cavani through. There was also a part where he could have played Bruno Fernandes through quicker than he actually did. But I thought, you know, when he got an their goal, Rashford, his decision-making was poor, his finishing was poor. And I thought actually his passing was quite poor in the attacking third of the pitch. So just a 5 out of 10 for Marcus Rashford. Edinson Cavani, 7 out of 10. Edinson Cavani had 2 fantastic chances in the game. Obviously, should have converted at least one of them. I think he gave a couple of needless fouls away, did Edinson Cavani. But yeah, had a good game. Like I said, Edinson Cavani has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Man United career. We brought some substitutions on in the game. Obviously, we saw Anthony Martial come on. He was poor when he came on, but he's better than he has been recently. I'm glad he didn't start the game, to be honest with you. 6 out of 10 for Anthony Martial, and we saw Mason Greenwood come on, and I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. So that is your player ratings from our 0-0 draw against Arsenal. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer give his perception on the game. He said we had the bigger chances to win the game. He said it was decent performances. And obviously pinpointed out the chances from Edinson Cavani. The title fades away. We are now winless in our last 2 Premier League games. We have set a new club record. We are now unbeaten in our last 18 Premier League away games. So we've broken that record from the 98-99 season. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League for over a year. But looking at the game, you can say probably a draw was a fair result. You know, Arsenal dominated a lot of the game. You know, we also dominated periods of the game. You know, Arsenal, like I said, you know, they had some good performers. I thought, you know, Lacazette was good for them. Obviously, like I said, had that shot in the first half, straightforward save for De Gea. And then obviously, he had the best chance of the game from the free kick because it hit the crossbar. I thought that Smith Rowe played well for them. Like I said, he had a good chance, produced a good save from De Gea. Obviously, he was in the number 10. David Luiz, he also had a very, very good game for Arsenal. He actually got man of the match. Made a very, very good block from Bruno Fernandes' free kick. And defensively, he was very, very good, Luiz. Gabriel Martinelli also did well defensively in the first half. Rob Holding, he played quite well in the game. Nicolas Pepe, I thought he also played well for Arsenal. He had a couple of chances. Obviously had that one where Harry Maguire made a good block. And he also had that chance that just went wide. And I thought Willian made an impact for Arsenal when he came on. Arsenal obviously brought Martin Odegaard on in the game. Obviously, he's made his debut for Arsenal. I presume he's going to be Arsenal's new number 10. Arsenal are in a good vein of form. I think they're unbeaten now in their last 7. We have not yet beaten Arsenal in the Premier League under Solskjaer. And Solskjaer has not yet beaten Mikel Arteta as Manchester United manager. They've had 3 appearances now against each other. Mikel Arteta has won 2. And obviously there's been a draw. Obviously, Arsenal beating us at Old Trafford earlier on in the season 1-0. That was their first win at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 2006. And they also beat us at the Emirates last season 2-0. So, yeah, we've got to start winning games now. Our next game is Southampton at Old Trafford. That's going to be a tough game as well because I think Southampton have enjoyed a pretty good season. Obviously, after Southampton, it's Everton, and Everton is going to be another tough game. But a lot of Man United fans have disregarded the title now. We are still second in the league, but obviously Manchester City have got a game in hand. Manchester City won earlier on today. They beat Sheffield United 1-0. But I still think, we are going to finish in that top 4. I'm very sceptical we'll finish out of the top 4. I was very, very disappointed after that 2-1 loss to Sheffield United midweek. Because that was an abysmal performance. Our performance was better today, but we still didn't win. But, that was Sheffield United's first win at Old Trafford since 1973. And that was just their second win this season. And it was Sheffield United's first Premier League away win of the season. We lost to the worst team in the Premier League because they are sitting rock bottom. But we have been very, very poor at Old Trafford this season. I think we've lost 5 games at Old Trafford now in the Premier League this season. But we just can't beat the big teams. And that's been proven so far this season. We didn't beat Tottenham. Lost to them 6-1. Didn't beat Chelsea, drew with them 0-0. Didn't beat City, drew with them 0-0. Didn't beat Liverpool in the league, drew with them 0-0. We've drawn 0-0 with Arsenal today. Drew with Leicester 2-2. We've drawn 0-0 now quite a few times this season. And people say, if we are to be genuine title contenders, we've got to start beating the big teams. Yes, we beat Liverpool in the Cup and they're a big team, but I'm on about in the league. We've obviously still got to go to Stamford Bridge towards the end of February. Still got to play Liverpool at home in the league. That's towards the end of the season. Got to play Leicester at home. Got to play Tottenham away. Got to go to Manchester City. Can we beat any of them teams? That is the question. By the way, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, told Marcus Rashford that Cedric Soares cannot defend for Arsenal. But, we knew this game today was going to be tough against Arsenal because, like I've mentioned, they have been in form in the league recently. Arsenal recently had a good win against Southampton, beating them 3-1. They did have that setback last week in the FA Cup. They lost 1-0 to Southampton. Like I said to you, Arsenal have had a good record against us at the Emirates in recent years. And Mikel Arteta seemed to have turned things around. And a lot of Arsenal fans are now Arteta in, because you saw a lot of Arsenal fans earlier on this season criticising Arteta and demanding him out, reflecting how inconsistent there was. You know, Mikel Arteta won his first trophy as Arsenal manager last season. That was the FA Cup. Arsenal have won the FA Cup 14 times. They are the most successful team in FA Cup history. Obviously, before Arsenal had Arteta, they had Freddie Ljungberg in on a temporary basis. And before they had Freddie Ljungberg, they had Unai Emery. Obviously, they sacked him after 18 months. And before then, they had Arsene Wenger. And Arsene Wenger endured 22 years with Arsenal. You know, don't forget, Arsenal were missing key players today as well. Obviously, Kieran Tierney was injured. Obviously, Marie was injured. And obviously, Aubameyang's still absent, because obviously his mother has been having health issues. So yeah, I am disappointed, because we should have won that game today, because I wanted to see a response from the 2-1 loss to Sheffield United. A draw is better than losing, but it was a must-win game for Manchester United, you know, to keep us in the title race and that. You know, obviously, you can say we still got an outside chance of the title, but, you know, we're not going to win it now, are we? But, you know, I've said, you know, for the vast majority of this season that I'm very, very sceptical that we are going to win the league. It's very, very imperative that we do win a trophy this season. Solskjaer knows how important it is to get his first trophy on the board as Man United manager. You know, we're probably not going to win the league now. You know, there's a chance for us winning the FA Cup. You know, we are into the 5th round. We've got West Ham soon. That'll be a tough game. You know, we've got a chance of winning the Europa League. You know, we haven't won a trophy for just over 4 years. And I think for us to win the league, we need more signings. I've already given you the 3 areas where I think we need to strengthen up. I think we need a striker. We need a midfielder, a world-class midfielder that is, and we need a centre-half. It said we're looking to make around 4 signings this year to complete our squad overhaul. But Solskjaer recently said that he's not expecting us to make any signings before this transfer window closes, and the transfer window closes tomorrow. Is it 11 o'clock or something like that? You can say Solskjaer has been let down in the transfer market again. I think the board haven't backed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer enough in, you know, all the transfer windows he's enjoyed so far as Man United manager. And, you know, this has been Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as permanent Man United manager and his 5th transfer window in total. But Woodward's promised quite a few times that he'll back Solskjaer. Don't forget, he did say towards the end of last year that he will back him with a long-term plan centred around summer transfer windows. Even when we was enjoying them bad periods under Solskjaer, you know, Woodward came out and assured that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job was safe. You know, Woodward's been at the club for several years. He's been at United since 2012. You know, you've had the Glazers at the football club since 2005. But, you know, during the course of this window, we've obviously been focusing more on the outgoings rather than the incomings. Quite a few players have left Man United recently. Obviously, Lingard's out on loan with West Ham till the end of the season. Facundo Palestri's gone out on loan. Marcus Rojo's set to leave the club. He said recently he's on the verge of joining Boca Juniors. Timothy Fosu-Mensah, he left earlier on in this window to join Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, there's quite a lot of other players that have left us in previous transfer windows. Obviously, Young left us, Valencia left us, Darmian left us, Smalling left us, Angel Gomez left us, Sanchez left us, Lukaku left us, Herrera left us, Fellaini left back in January 2019. We loaned Dalot out, we loaned Andres Pereira out. We've loaned quite a few players out, to be honest with you. Obviously, there has been rumours of Daniel James leaving because Daniel James lost his place in the team. Oh, yeah, I've got to mention Odion Ighalo recently said his farewells to the club. Jones, I think he'll probably leave in the summer. Solskjaer, by the way, did confirm that Sergio Romero is free to leave the club because he mentioned his contract won't be extended. By the way, Brandon Williams won't be leaving out on loan in this January transfer window, so we are going to keep him. Williams is our third choice left back following the arrival of Alex Telles. So it's good that Solskjaer has got rid of a lot of players since he got recommended in. But the players that have been on our agenda recently, I did give you the news on Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed our immediate plans for him, and he said there's no chances of him leaving now, but he said he will be sold in the summer. That's when Dayot Upamecano's £38 million release clause becomes active. He actually said prior to the game against Liverpool in the Cup that Solskjaer urged us to beat Liverpool to the sign of the play, and it said Man United and Liverpool go head-to-head in the race for Upamecano. But he did mention the other week that Bayern Munich were regarded as the favourites. Ousmane Dembele, he's been on our agenda, and it mentions that we will make a move for Ousmane Dembele if we fail to get Jadon Sancho in. Declan Rice, it recently mentioned that we've got a free run at him. Obviously, with Chelsea sacking Frank Lampard recently. Erling Haaland, he's been on our agenda for quite some time. By the way, there is a lot of players that we are going to keep at the football club as well as sell. I think there's a few players at Man United that have got foreseeable futures at the club. I think Marcus Rashford's got a long future at Man United because, like I said, he has improved under the Solskjaer era, but he's also enjoying bad games where his decision-making's poor and he's not taking his chances and all of that, and his passing can be poor at times. Anthony Martial, we'll probably keep him for this season at least. But a lot of United fans are demanding that he should be dropped. Mason Greenwood, we'll also keep him. I think he's a foreseeable future for Man United. He hasn't played as much, though, as I expected this season. Edinson Cavani, I think he'll see out his contract at the club because he's made a fantastic impact since he's come in. Bruno Fernandes will also keep him because, like I said, he has made a difference in the team. Yes, he's had some bad games, but in most of his games at Man United, he has been very, very consistent. Donny van de Beek will keep him for now, but could leave in the summer. Fred will also keep him because, like I've mentioned, he's really, really improved under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Like I said, Paul Pogba could stay potentially past the summer, but there's still a chance he'll leave in the summer. That's actually according to Fabrizio Romano, like updated you recently. Luke Shaw will also keep him because he's really, really improved. Defensively he's been superb and he's getting forward well, he's getting into good positions and he's putting some good crosses into the box and he's setting some chances up. I think we'll keep Eric Bailly, despite him being injury prone. Since Bailly started playing again, he's actually done very, very well. I certainly prefer him to Lindelof. We'll also keep Wan-Bissaka because he's also improving. De Gea, in some games this season, he looks like he's actually slowly getting back to his best, but he's also enjoyed bad games. David De Gea is going to remain our number one for at least this season. David De Gea's been long serving at the club. This is now his 10th season at Man United, and he's made over 500 appearances in all competitions. We'll keep Dean Henderson because I think at some point Dean Henderson will be our number one. In the games Dean Henderson's played in this season, he's actually done well. Alex Telles, we'll keep him. You know, Telles hasn't played nowhere near as much as I expected him to, but in the games he's played in, he's actually done quite well in some of them. He's enjoyed a couple of bad ones. But Luke Shaw actually still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Alex Telles. By the way, Amad Diallo Traore made his debut for the under-23s against Liverpool. He obviously scored twice. I don't think it'll be too long now until we see him in the first team. Solskjaer did say not so long ago he could be part of the first team squad in the next few weeks. He's taken Jesse Lingard's place, hasn't he? So there you go. But yeah, I am still Ollie in. Despite us being winless in our last 2 league games. I actually thought it was last 3, but it's not because obviously we did beat Fulham, didn't we, 2-1 after the draw with Liverpool. You know, I can't change my perception on Solskjaer because we've actually been very, very good in recent months and that, and I think Solskjaer has made progress at Man United, which is good to see. But I still don't know if he is the long-term manager. We do deserve credit for sticking with Solskjaer, because like I said time and time again, he could have easily been sacked as Manchester United manager. Will we extend his contract? Solskjaer did confirm prior to the Sheffield United game that there has been no discussions yet over extending his contract at the club. He's got 18 months left on his contract. Solskjaer has been Man United manager for over 2 years. You can say reflecting now on he's been at the club, he's learned quite a bit on the job and he's gained some managerial experience. You know, before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, and before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. But whether Solskjaer succeeds or not, you know, we'll still always adore Solskjaer because he was a great player for the football club for 11 years. He flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance. You know, like I said, you know, with how good we've been in recent months and that, I've been saying like Solskjaer's been in the old Man United back, and we've been getting glimpses of the Sir Alex Ferguson area, and we've come from behind in a lot of games this season. And we used to do that a lot under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. But like I've said to you time and time again, no one's going to replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy at the club, and no one's going to last as long as Alex Ferguson did. You know, Ferguson enjoyed 27 years at the club and won a total of 38 major honours. But like I say, Ferguson didn't settle in straight away, didn't win out in his first 4 years. It takes some managers time to settle in. But Solskjaer just deserves more backing from the board, so hopefully in the summer he'll get the backing from the board that he deserves. Yeah, we have made good signings under him. You know, he spent over £200 million, but obviously hasn't brought all the players that he wanted to recommend in. But Solskjaer deserves credit. You know, got us to the EFL Cup semi-final earlier on in the season, got us to the FA Cup 5th round. He's got us to the FA Cup 5th round. You know, did well last season in his first full season, got us qualification for the Champions League, got us third and guided us to 3 semi-finals. You know, we're doing very well away from home, went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions last season. I think we was 14 unbeaten in the Premier League. Yes, there's some games where Solskjaer's decision-making is poor, but there's also been some games where he has showed tactical flexibility. I just think Solskjaer needs to identify his best 11 at the club, because I don't actually think he knows what his best 11 is. Obviously, he's tried different lineups, he's tried different formations. You know what I mean? But, you know, if we'd have sat Solskjaer when we was enjoying them bad periods, he wouldn't have solved anything anyway, because not all of the blame obviously stemmed from Solskjaer, did it? Let's be honest. Don't forget Solskjaer's inheriting players from other managerial eras. You know, the vast majority of this team is Jose Mourinho's. You know, he's our fourth permanent manager since Ferguson is Ole, you know. We're not known as a sacking club, but 3 managers have been sacked since Ferguson. That was Moyes, Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And only had different managers with different philosophies. We spent over £1 billion on players since Sir Alex Ferguson left. So people obviously say we need to be, you know, top of the league in that, you know, reflect on the money we spent. But there you go anyway. But yeah, your Southampton preview may be coming up tomorrow. At some point, or latest it will be the 1st of February. So anyway guys, 7th update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very, very soon.